All right, I do a ton of traveling and I buy a lot of travel gear. Let's talk about some of my favorite products that you can get easily on Amazon. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Desmond. I make content about tech and travel gear, and oftentimes I am testing all types of travel bags, travel accessories, anything and everything from all different kinds of brands. Not everything is easy to get, so let's talk about some of the favorite products that I've been using that you can get on Amazon. With that said, you can basically get about anything on Amazon these days. So we're gonna run through some of my kind of compact, minimal essentials when it comes to traveling domestically or even internationally. Everything I'm gonna show you today is relatively small and compact. All of it fits into a travel pouch, also something from Amazon. Let's start with one of my favorites and most recent purchases. This right here is actually just an Airpod Pro case. I personally like it just because it goes along with the travel theme. This is designed similar to kind of a classic Rimowa trunk. It's really just plastic, but it's a great looking case. It's very cheap. I think this was $11 on Amazon. And it comes with a bunch of these little tiny stickers that you can use to decorate and personalize your case. Again, nothing mission critical. I just use it to throw my AirPod 2s in because I tend to lose headphones pretty regularly. This beefs it up a bit, and it is just a nice themed accessory. And the best thing about it is because it is kind of squared off, it sits and stands really well. I'll leave a link to this in the description below. The next most essential thing that I carry other than headphones for a long flight or travel is hand sanitizer. So do not underestimate the power of hand sanitizer and the kind of peace of mind it brings to me. Airplane bathrooms, airports, just traveling in general, you never know what's out there. So I keep this really compact, great smelling spray-on hand sanitizer from a company called Noshinku with me. I just like it because they're not relatively expensive, they smell really nice, and because of this tiny little form factor, I can slip it into my pocket, I can slip it into my travel pouch, and I've always got this on me, especially when you are on a long haul flight and you're using the restroom. I mean, soap and water, yes, and then a little bit of this just for extra safety, but I like having this around. Speaking of long haul flights, this right here is actually my favorite sleep mask. This you can, again, get on Amazon relatively easily, very quick shipping. This sleep mask is from a company called Manta Sleep. So I do a ton of long haul flights. I've got one coming up for Sydney, and that's 15 straight hours. So yes, I will be spending a lot of time sleeping on that plane. And whether you are in economy or first class or whichever seat you've got, the eye masks that airplanes give out aren't fantastic. And for a frequent flyer, I wanted something of my own that's really comfortable. The Manta sleep mask right here is incredibly soft. It has these little eye cups that give me just better coverage, and it blocks out the light more comfortably. And because these do have that kind of like eye cup design, they fit on my face really nice, and for a 15-hour flight, for example, this is going to be really comfortable for extended use. The eye cups themselves are kind of like a memory foam padding, and then right along the side, all this material that makes contact with the side of your face. This is a really soft microfiber. Again, I think it's fantastic. I sleep really, really well with these eye masks on. The other thing I'll call out is Velcro, so you can remove and adjust these to kind of fit the distance between your eyes and your face for the most comfortable, personalized fit. And again, as you saw earlier, this comes with this nice little mesh traveling case. I bring this on every single international flight or even flights over 6 hours. If I need to get some sleep, red eyes, this is fantastic for. Because it's so compact, you can just stuff it into the bottom of your bag and it doesn't really take up a lot of space. Next, let's talk about some portable tech that I bring with me when I travel. This right here is from a company called Jisulife. They're the sponsor of this video, but this is their Ultra One portable fan. Now, there are probably a lot of you out there wondering what you would do with a portable fan, but when I travel, if I'm doing road trips, if I'm camping, or if I'm going to a destination where I'm going to be doing a lot of adventuring outdoors, a portable fan is actually really useful for a lot of use cases, right? First of all, this has a 9,000 milliamp hour battery, so you're going to get a lot of juice for whatever type of fanning you'll need. But actually what I use this for a lot is as a tool to, one, inflate anything that I need, if it's pool floaties, if it's an inflatable tent, if it's accessories for when I'm camping. The other thing that I use this for a lot is cleaning. So I bring camera gear with me. I don't always bring one of those like dust bulbs with me. This is actually a lot more useful because I can just turn this on and I can blow dust off the sensor, off the lenses. And again, the nice thing is because of how it works, there is a dial here. I can control the power from 1% to 100%. And hopefully you can see here, for some of you that like to travel with your own hair dryer, this is a great and useful tool as well. But with that said, use cases for a fan are pretty endless because, again, if you're out and you're doing hikes and you need something to cool you down, you need something to dry off your clothes, your hat due to sweat, portable fan is going to come in really handy. If you've got anything else that you need to dry or blow off, these things are pretty useful. And then the nice thing is when I'm not traveling with the Jisulife Ultra One, it stays in my office because I use it to keep my office dust free. So I've got a 3D printer, I've got screens and monitors and keyboards and peripherals everywhere. And I actually don't go about wiping everything down. I just turn this fan on and I blow it off maybe once or twice a day just to keep everything really nice and fresh. The other thing that's nice about this particular unit is, of course, USB-C compatible. It also comes with a number of different accessories depending on your use cases. You've got an LCD display built right into the kind of face of the fan itself, LED light, USB-C charging. So I don't always use this when I travel, but I always keep it with me. Just because it serves a lot of different interesting use cases. It's really just up to you when you would need a portable fan. And maybe for some of you that are photographers and you need a fan for some epic hair movement in your photos or video, you can use this as well. Another piece of tech that I always bring with me, especially on international trips, this is the Solis 5G portable Wi-Fi. Right now, we're in a world where eSIMs are relatively easy to get access to. You can pay an extra $10 to get T-Mobile internationally or whatever service provider. I still decide to use a portable self-contained Wi-Fi router for a few reasons. One, this thing doubles as a power bank, so I can plug this into any of my devices to keep them charged via USB-C. But for me, because it does have its own power source and its own kind of Wi-Fi technology, I can connect up to 5 different devices to this, which is great. The other thing that I notice is when I am traveling and I'm using one of my phones as a hotspot for my wife or people who are traveling with me, it drains that battery so quickly. So for me, if I'm roaming around the city for 10, 12 hours at a time and I really need that internet, I would rather have this device on and use this as my primary internet source versus draining my primary communication device just to provide Wi-Fi to others. Plans for this are relatively cheap. I think you can get up to like a full day pass of unlimited 5G for like $7 or $10. And you can also buy it by the gig, you can buy it by the month. There's a lot of different options. It's really easy to set up. And again, I always bring this with me because if me and my wife are traveling separately and she needs internet, she can take this. I've got international plans on my other phones, but this is something that I always bring with me. The fact that it doubles as a power bank is fantastic. So you can charge and provide internet to your devices when you are roaming around a new city. So here's a piece of tech for parents that travel with kids. I actually really like this because it's compact, because it's made for children. This right here, these are noise canceling over-the-ear headphones for kids. This is from a company called iClever. I really like these because they are form-fitted really well, they're comfortable, and my kids are coming with me on these bigger, longer international flights, and having headphone options is pretty critical. So these have been great. Battery life is really nice. They charge via USB-C, and they connect via Bluetooth to an iPad, to, depending on the airplane you're flying on, the entertainment system. But I find these really useful. They're great, they're comfortable. I haven't had any complaints from my 9, 5, or 3-year-old yet on comfort, and they're usually able to just wear these for long periods of time, especially when you're kind of stuck on a very, very long flight and they need entertainment. Now let's talk about some camera gear that I bring with me that I picked up from Amazon that I really, really like. This, I kept the box because it's so cool, but this is from a company called Hobolite. They make pretty nice, well-designed lighting solutions, but what I've got here is this tiny, tiny thing called the Hobolite Iris. This is a fantastic compact lighting source because you can get really great diffused light with this dome. You can magnetically switch out the accessories. We've got like a gem effect here that I can throw on. The ability to change the temperature and the intensity of the light with a quick dial is great. And then it also came with an adapter that I could attach it to the cold shoe of my camera. And generally speaking, this thing is great because it's so small. The other thing that I like about it is the design aesthetic is really quite nice. I got the limited edition kind of green and orange version. Build quality is all metal. And because it's so small, it also fits into the travel pouch. So whenever I am doing any type of videography or photography, if I just need a constant light to really brighten a particular scene, hotel rooms are really dark sometimes, this is a great option. It helps me just kind of keep my footage looking good and clean and clear, regardless of the current lighting situation. And like I mentioned, a ton of different accessories that magnetize to the front of it, different colored little filters. It's cool. Usually I just bring the light and the dome and maybe some of the flatter accessories, but that's all I need when I travel. And then a couple other things just for cleaning that are really inexpensive, but still mission critical. This is a tiny little screen cleaner. So it has a bottle built in. You spray whatever screen, your iPad, your laptop, and then the body of this little container is like a microfiber material that you can use to wipe off and clean your screens when you're traveling. I just have this around. I like to keep my stuff clean, especially if, again, if I'm on a flight for a long period of time, fingerprints and grease and grime all over my iPad, I can just give this a quick spray, clean it off. You can do the same for your phone or any other kind of like screen device. I do bring something different with me when it comes to cleaning my camera lenses. These are the Zeiss kind of lens wipes. They're tiny, one-time use, disposable. They are so easy and compact to just keep inside my travel pouch. They're great for eyeglasses, sunglasses, and of course your camera lenses. So again, having something like this is very easy. It's very cheap. This is like a box of 80. I can't remember how much I paid, maybe like 10, 15 bucks. And these go with me everywhere. Finally, let's just talk about pouches. This is one of the many pouches that I have, but you can easily grab this on Amazon. It fits just about everything that I talked about right into it, right? You can throw in all of your different gear. It's also got organization here for specific tools. This is from a company called Lochby. This is just their tool pouch. I like it because it's compact, it's rugged, it's like a canvas, so I'm not too worried about beating it up. And because it's well organized, you can just about dump everything into this pouch. So for me, I throw everything in, I zip it up, I toss it into my backpack or my carry-on bag. And when I get onto the plane, I can just take this out, pull out all my essentials, and kind of get at everything that I need. And of course, this is available on Amazon. I think it's about 50 bucks. It's not bad for the price, and this is really durable. The wax canvas is great. I use this for trips when I'm traveling somewhere where I'm doing hiking or camping or just doing a lot of roaming and adventuring outdoors. I can throw all my gear in here and I'm pretty much carefree about whether or not that stuff stays safe because this thing does a pretty good job of keeping the elements, the dust, the water, and all that good stuff away from the tech. All right, that's it. I just want to throw this video together very quickly to talk about some of the kind of essential compact travel gear that you can easily get on Amazon, 2-day, 1-day, same-day shipping, whatever you need. So if you've got to pick up some last-minute essentials for your trip, check out the list below. I'll leave all the links in the description, and I will catch y'all in the next one.